layers, right? Everything about Power BI is about removing yourself from that flat plane. Yeah. Excel is flat. Everything we've got before is flat and passive. Yeah. We want to be active in what we're doing now. Interactivity within reports. So how do we make it all layered? How does that all work? All right, lads and lasses, welcome along. Tuppence Tuesday. Layers in Power BI. Okay, it's a key thing to get your head around, right? Because what we're doing is we're moving away from a very passive consumption and data consumption layer into a very active one. And as we move into the active one, what it does is it makes everything happen a lot quicker. So there's changes to everything you do, but it's kind of good changes. So for many of us, when we first start moving into the likes of Power BI or any of these modern analytical engines, we're coming from kind of a traditional background, kind of Excel based for a lot of it. You might have some reports being run off a third party tool or something like that, or a big analytics engine, but it'll be delivering a PDF file maybe, or a CSV file that's then cut through Excel into PowerPoint and presented up. Yeah. And that's kind of what you do. It's a very flat, very static presentation to the audience. Okay. Power BI is different, right? Power BI has multiple components that allow interaction to the data. So when you are talking about moving into Power BI, what you don't want to be doing is sitting there going, I'm going to produce another PowerPoint and that's it. Right? Because you're not doing your boss any favors and you ain't doing yourself no favors either, right? Power BI, in the service itself, you've got dashboards as well, which we'll cover in another video, right? That's another video for a Friday. We'll get into dashboards, right? But you've then also got reports. Within those reports that you can, well, I can write reports, man, what you're talking about, right? You can put in tooltips. So when you hover over it, it'll show you some information. If that information's interesting, you can then set it up so they can drill through either to another report or to another page on that report, giving them that next level of information, that detail. So instead of somebody having to go, oh, can you go and find this out? What happened in this thing here? Right? They can do it themselves. It's a revolution in terms of data. And that is the power of Power BI. So let's cut our into the service and have a look at a demo, yeah? Champion. All right, so here we are, where I seem to love the most, New York, New York. Right? There's something on like some guy I used to work with from New York, right? He used to tell us about his daughter and his dog and coffee, yeah? I'm sure if he's watching this, he'll be having a little chuckle. But, yeah, I won't even try and do the accent in a minute. This is a great example of what we can do though, yeah? So we've got a report. And I thought reports are where we'll start because that's kind of what most of you are used to. And that's where you really do start to do stuff, yeah? Dashboards we'll cover separately, right? Well, for this, I've got my lovely thing and I can say, oh, wait, I want to know how many people have been getting cabs to like the Continental where John Wick is and all that. Yeah, and we can go in and we can find out and then that's about here, isn't it? Finance District North. And I can hover over it and it's showing me information, isn't it? Yeah. My mouse is there. It's telling me the number of journeys. I can see some charts about it. Oh, brilliant, right? That's a tooltip that I've programmed. Now, if I'd just put this chart out there, people wouldn't get that information. What you get happening is the next day, or, you present to your boss and they go, oh, that number looks low, man. What's happening to that number? And you have to go away, have a look at the numbers and say, right, well, this is what's happened. Oh, it's either dropped off and we can see they've dropped off here in COVID, right? But it's kind of clear. You can, that interactivity allows that. And if there's that case where we go, I need to find out a little bit more, they can choose to right click on it. And again, if you've built it, you can then build a report to give some pickup detailed information. So I can actually go in and see a little bit more information about what's actually going on, where people are going, all that kind of information about it, right? And this is something that's really key within Power BI, okay? That your plan of engagement, your plan of delivery needs to not just be focused on, I want to present a nice, pretty picture. Right? It's a pretty picture and layers for people to go down into and people to, up, like around, like tooltips. I kind of think of tooltips as kind of hovering above the data. That's just my little way of thinking about it, eh? But it's really key. So what do you reckon then, eh? A little bit of tooltips, how you can use your stuff with your reports, with your drill downs, your drill throughs, all that kind of thing. Okay, when you start to build your proper semantic data layer for a business and say, right, we're pane of glass reporting. I've pulled all my data sets through. I've got all this brilliant stuff, boss. But now, here you can. Here's a PowerPoint presentation every month, right? Or every week or every day. Honestly, all you're doing is wasting your time and theirs, right? Get them into Power BI, get them starting to interact with the data, right? And it makes a world of difference. So that's it for today. One thing I wanted to say before I went, now obviously over in the UK, across the world, I know there's a lot going on with COVID. I know we've got a lot of people who have been affected by it, either financially, personally, in terms of like bereavements and other things. Take a moment, reach out to friends who you haven't spoken to for a while, make sure everyone's all right, That's the right thing to do, isn't it? And don't worry if you're feeling a bit kind of like, really sucky. I hate this. It's terrible, man. Honestly, my head is done in as well. So you're not alone, right? Feel free, like, subscribe, comment. Different worry about putting on a comment saying, do you know what? Your videos suck. I hate everything you do. Or your videos are great. You're making us laugh throughout lockdown, but I haven't got a clue what you're talking about half the time, right? In the day, whatever it takes to get through this, let's find our emotional safety blankets. Let's all take care of each other. Make sure everyone's all right, and we'll all come out of this the other side feeling much happier, much more cheerful, and, might be a bit better people maybe, We can't but dream, can't we? So take care, right, and make sure you stay safe, right? Ta-da.